Washoington, Washoington. The individuals you saw this evening, the first individual's name is Ramon Preciado, 53 years old, SID number 443651. The second individual is Christopher Preciado, 19 years old, SID number 1191061. So the two individuals we just walked out today, again, is a father and son. The first individual is a father, the second individual is a son. They're going to be charged, the son's going to be charged this evening with capital murder, and the father's going to be charged with abuse of the corpse. So we do expect more charges to be pending. So I'm not going to go into the whole thing. We all know what kind of led us to where we are today. I will say that when we recover, or when the bodies were discovered on Danny K, obviously the investigation began. SAPD detectives made that location and started collecting evidence. One of the key pieces of evidence that we did collect at the scene was Savanah's cell phone, and that was handed over to our technology team, who was able to download some information on there. With the assistance of the U.S. Secret Service, we were able to get enough information, and so that information was given to our detectives today. With that information, the detectives were able to find a possible location of where the suspect vehicle that was released on that surveillance camera, the surveillance video, possible location where that suspect vehicle might be. They made that location, and sure enough, the vehicle was there. They did a little bit of surveillance on the video, or on the vehicle, and then were able to determine which house it belonged to. They went up, knocked on the door. The first gentleman, the first individual, the father answered the door. He knew why the police were there. Was cooperated fully with the investigation. We're brought here to headquarters, and our detectives were able to start interviewing both the son and the father. Again, they were both at the home. They were both brought down here, and the interrogations began. Through interrogating the individuals, our detectives had enough, based on what they said, there was enough information there to get a warrant signed by a judge tonight, again, to charge Christopher with capital murder and Ramon with abuse of a corpse. Again, there will be more charges pending. This is what we have right now. I'll answer any questions.
Due to the capital murder for the son and then abuse of the corpse charge for the dad, does that mean that you guys believe the son killed them and then the dad helped hide the bodies?
Yes. And so I want to touch base on something real quick. Since the release of the video that we put out on the 28th, internet has blown up with people sending tips and people just sending misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation out there. These two individuals are the only suspects that we were looking for. They were arrested. There were many names being thrown around on the internet. Those people had nothing to do with this. We vetted them and everything. They didn't have anything to do with these murders. So the individual, again, Christopher, we believe committed the murders of Matthew and Savanah, and then Ramon helped.
Did they say why they did it?
It appears to be a narcotic-related deal that went bad.
Do we know the connection between this father and son and Matthew and Savanah, or the connection to the apartment complex?
So there's no apparent connection to the apartment complex. It's just a place where they went to go dispose or hide the vehicle with the bodies in it, and it appears that it was a drug deal. So there was like a drug connection to the suspect and the two victims.
When you say abuse of a corpse, can you talk about that a little bit? Was there any mutilation, or is that?
It's just when you hiding the body, moving the body after discovering that, and all that kind of stuff. Yep.
When he killed them? When exactly?
So December 21st, which is a Thursday, just before midnight, is when the actual murders took place. On that. Mm-hmm.
And are they going to be charged for the baby? Because in the state of Texas, technically they could be charged for a third.
Right. So like I said, there's going to be possible charges pending, more charges pending. Our detectives are going to talk with the Bexar County DA to determine if there are going to be any charges facing any charges related to the unborn baby.
And do we know if she was dilated at all?
I didn't have that information from the medical examiners. I know that she was scheduled to be induced and she didn't make her appointment, which is why the family went to the police to file the missing persons report.
Did he say where exactly they killed them?
I don't have exactly location, or we just know that they were killed at a different location and then taken to the apartment complex to dispose of the vehicle and the bodies. I know there was some Spanish questions I wanted to knock out real quick.
Sí, podría darnos un resumen pequeño para la audiencia hispana de esta persona que presentó.
No vamos a hacer preguntas.
Nada más una pregunta. Si tienen preguntas
Sí, ¿a quiénes presentaron esta noche?
Sí, esta noche el primer señor que salió es Ramón Preciado, de 53 años, y el segundo es Christopher Preciado, de 19 años. Christopher Preciado es el que hizo los asesinatos de las víctimas, y su papá Ramón ayudó en esconder o tratar de esconder el carro y las víctimas.
Las dos personas eran las que aparecían en el video de vigilancia
Sí.
que presentaron la semana pasada.
Sí.
¿Había un motivo para matarlos? ¿Alguna
Parece que había una transacción de drogas que no fue que fue mal, la transacción de drogas fue mal y resultó en la muerte de las dos víctimas.
When you say drug deals, you mean were they buying or selling? Do you know what?
Well, I mean, someone was buying and someone was selling, so it was a drug.
So, can Ramon be charged with these murders through the accomplice theory or the multiple parties theory?
Sorry, could who?
Ramon, the dad, could he be charged with the murders as well through an accomplice theory?
No, he was not. He was not there during the commission of the murders. He was there kind of, I guess he was called afterwards to help dispose or help his son.
Did these two have previous records?
I'm sorry?
These two have previous records?
Christopher has no previous criminal history, and Ramon did have a small, he had some prior criminal history.
So are you all done looking for suspects at this
Yeah, we
point?
don't have any other suspects.
And that surveillance video, were they alive during that surveillance
No.
video? They were not alive
They
during
were
it.
Last question, guys.
Christopher killed them and then moved the bodies to their car?
Correct. Well, I mean, I don't know if you moved them into the vehicle. The vehicle with the bodies in was driven to that apartment complex. It didn't happen at that apartment complex.
So ultimately, who's going to make the decision on the final charges? Is that going to be the DA's office?
Correct. Yes. So our detective again tonight are charging them with capital. Christopher with capital murder, and Ramon with abuse of a corpse. They are working on some other charges that they're going to file. But regarding, I think specifically the question that you had about the unborn baby, they're going to have a conversation with the DA to determine whether they can charge or put the baby as another victim on this.
So does SAPD have any say whenever they talk to the DA's office?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a collaboration with our DA's
Would you
office.
say SAPD is going to seek that they're charged for the unborn baby?
Our detectives are going to do everything they can to bring justice to the family.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming out today.